Hi crafty friends, Melissa Minor here. Thanks so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. Today I have a quick and easy scrapbook layout for you. I am using the October main kit from My Creative Scrapbook. Now this kit is filled with the Bella Blvd-Documented Collection. I do have a full unboxing that I will leave linked down below in the description box, as well as a link to the My Creative Scrapbook website, where if you're not a subscriber, you can subscribe to receive your own kit. Now I've went ahead and done a little prep off camera here, and I cut some strips of the pattern paper. I cut these to 3 by 10, and I have 3 of them. It's the same paper, but one of the strips I've just flipped over. And then I went ahead and used a corner rounder and rounded the edges of all of these strips just to give them a different look. Now I also gutted this paper originally. I cut from 1 inch to 11 inch all the way around so that I could cut the center out to use it for these strips. And then I have a piece of 11.5 by 11.5 white cardstock that I distressed the edges and glued down off camera. So that's going to be the foundation for today's layout. And at first I thought I would glue these down, one on the outside, then another on the outside, then split the difference in the center. But I didn't really like the way that looked, so I think I'm going to justify them over to the side. So I'm going to justify them over to the right and then leave a larger border here on the left-hand side. I have one photo that I want to scrapbook. Well, actually, it's 4 photos that I did 2 by 3 photos, just in a little photo grid here. I print all my pictures at home on the Epson PictureMate 400, and so I just had a 4 by 6 size, and I just threw 4 photos, 2 by 3 into the grid, and then printed those out. I'm using this little chipboard element that came on the sticker sheet, and it's this little banner piece here, or scalloped edge, and I'm going to put that along the side. It has all the colors. Now I did mat the photo with some pattern paper, a little bit of that black and white pattern paper, and I did distress those edges. Now I want to add a little clip to the top of this photo, so I'm going to add the clip up here, but I do want to add some foam to the back. So I'm going to grab my foam here. I use lots of different foam. I just have a drawer next to me on my desk, and I keep all my foam in one drawer, and it is my most used drawer, I think, because it has all of my foam adhesive in there, whether it's strips or just pieces that I cut down or squares, all kinds of things. I just love having them right at my fingertips. So I'm placing a piece of foam on the back of this little binder clip, and later I will add some string to the top of that because no top of a tag should be left naked on my layouts. All right, so this page is going to come together very, very quickly. I'm going to use the various elements that came in the kit, whether they be the chipboard stickers or the die cut elements. I'm going to use a title from the chipboard sheet of stickers, and it's just going to come together so quickly. Not really any special techniques on this page, just a lot of fun embellishments and some idea for you for quick and easy layouts. So off camera, I did go in and take the stick off of these stickers. So I have a little powder tool, and I just rubbed it on the back of these so that I could remove the stick off of these and move them around more like die cuts. These are actually the chipboard stickers. Now I'm trying to get an idea of how I want to embellish this page. I do want my title to say good days, so I'm going to start adhering days down to the bottom. I want that straight, and then maybe the word good just a little bit wonky. Let me tell you a little bit about my photos. So a couple weeks ago, my son, his wife, her mom and her sister, so my son's wife's mother and sister, I don't know what that would be called. So that's just how I'm going to title it there. So my daughter-in-law's mother and sister came to visit the town that I'm in. They were actually on a history tour with their church group, and they were traveling all across the United States to look at different places. And one of the places they stopped was in the town that we live in. And I just thought that was so ironic that they stopped here. They didn't stop here for any touring. They actually just stopped here for lunch. So they were in town about an hour and a half. I took my lunch hour and I met them downtown at a little cafe called Java Jive, and we had little sandwiches and salads, and it was just a great time. You know, I had not seen these people since my son and my daughter-in-law got married 3 years ago. You know, I always keep up with them on Facebook and social media and things, but I hadn't really had the opportunity to sit down and chit chat with them. In fact, even at the wedding, you know, it's so chaotic on the wedding day that I didn't really get a chance to talk to them then. They live in Colorado, and so it was, you know, we just are far apart. So this was the first opportunity that we've really had to talk to each other, and it was so fun just talking about our kids and just talking about life. So I really enjoyed it. So that's why the title Good Days is going to work perfectly for my photos. All right, so you can see here I've added a couple things. I've added a little cluster of florals over there to the right. I added another cluster of florals over to the top left of my photo, and now I'm adding some florals down here just kind of to the left of this title. So that's going to be my 3 embellishment clusters. I like the rule of 3s, and I like to add my embellishments in like a triangle. So this really draws your eye around the page. I'm also going to add a few more embellishments here. There's some really pretty butterflies that are included, and so I thought I would just flutter those up the top of the page. Now you can see my little kitty Pepper decided to join me. He wanted to help scrapbook. I paused the camera and gave him some attention, and now I'm back to add some more embellishments to the page. I really like this heart, so I'm going to build up this cluster of flowers down here in the center of the page. I really, really like this little Stanley cup, but it's just not going to work on my layout. It's so cute. I'm going to have to set that aside and use it on another layout. I found a little journaling card that was included in the ephemera pack. So I'm going to tuck it here behind my photo, and I will do my journaling later on this card. I'm going to still continue to build up this cluster down here to the left of my title. I love this little camera, and that brings in some more pops of that dark blue. I feel like that dark blue just really stands out. There's a chipboard red heart that I added here to the cluster, and now I'm going to add this bright yellow arrow just pointing to the word good. So I like that, and then I'm going to add some more flowers up here to this upper right hand side. I had one more floral cluster left, so I thought that was the perfect place to add that. I will start my journaling here, and I continued that off camera, and now the finishing touch is to add just a little bit of twine to the top. So if you're not familiar with My Creative Scrapbook kits, this is the main kit. They also have a limited edition kit, a creative kit, and an album kit. Be sure to check them out. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. And if you don't already follow me on Facebook and on Instagram, I would love for you to follow me on those platforms as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!